Watching TVC News. Now, today is the International Day of Education, a day where stakeholders seek to uphold the right to education, which is being violated in some parts of the world. According to the United Nations, about 258 million children and adolescents around the world do not have the opportunity to enter or complete school. Statistics also reveal that 617 million children and adolescents cannot read and do basic maths, while less than 40% of girls in sub-Saharan Africa complete lower secondary school, and some 4 million children and youth refugees are out of school. And also, Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, says, quote, "A time has come to reignite our collective commitment to education," end of quote. The theme for this year's International Day of Education is Changing Course, Transforming Education. So let's talk this through by speaking with the co-founder, Leonard's Corner, Julius Zilori, who is joining me in the studio to talk about the International Day of Education. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much
the
for
Midday
having
News.
me.
Well, there have been so much talk about the current situation of education in Nigeria, especially looking at the education sector. What would you say Nigeria is in the grand scheme of things?
Good day, everyone. So good to be here once again. Happy International Education Day. So one of the things I'm going to start with is that Nigeria, like other countries, are struggling. I mean, it's not just Nigeria. I mean, every other part of the world, a lot of countries are struggling around implementation, policy, deployment of some of these innovations across various communities. I mean, it's a major concern across the globe. But I think Nigeria, somehow, we are doing our best. Especially in Lagos, Lagos is doing, its best to ensure that a lot of people have access to education, which is very important and paramount.
Well, you talk about Lagos, but if you go to the north, we tend to realize that Nigeria has the largest number of out-of-school children in sub-Saharan Africa. Talk about 10 million, more than 10 million of them. But we should not just look at the numbers just alone. We should also talk about the circumstances that led to, out-of-school children. What do you think, some of these things are responsible for it? Yeah,
first of all, the problem of insecurity in the northern part of the country is a major concern, which has, left a lot of people out of school. And I believe one of those things that need to happen is that we need to, first of all, identify some of these challenges, like I mentioned, insecurity, the issue of kidnapping and all of that. I mean, we need to seriously deliberate on some of these issues and come up with possible solutions. We can deploy a lot of innovations right now, like what we do at Learner's Corner is to see how we can use technology to deliver education to students wherever they are. I mean, there are a lot of offline technologies that can be adopted. Governments just need to sit down with the right set of people, with the right stakeholders, people that have practice, and come up with the right solution, and then let's adopt some of the solutions into such spaces in the northern part of the country. And trust me, it's going to solve the problem.
That's one thing. Look at Afghanistan, the takeover of that country, the government by the Taliban. We see what is happening to the girl child. We see what is happening to the female. We also have similar thing here happening in Nigeria. Look at the north as well, and some other parts of the country. So where would you say Nigeria is at the moment when it comes to the girl child education?
I think there's a lot of awareness, especially from the civil society groups, a lot of awareness around, gender equality and all of that. But I still think we are not there yet, because change does not happen overnight. Some of the work you're also doing as a journalist also support some of, the information that need to be out there for government to know what they need to do, the right action they need to take. I mean, it's something that we need to keep talking about until we get to the stage where government can start taking the right steps in the right. But I still think the social, the civil society groups, the NGOs, they are doing a lot of awareness, and that needs to be increased. We need to scale that significantly so we can achieve something significant this year.
Instead of just looking at a blanket, government needs to step up their game and all that. What are the things that you would like to see, or especially what do you think the government is doing that's not enough, and things that it really needs to do? Can you just try to highlight some?
First of all, government needs to understand that Nigeria comprises of more than 70% of young people. So a lot of young people are innovating right now. A lot of young people are innovating, especially in the tech space. There's a lot of innovations around education technology, which is somehow accepted. I mean, they have practiced and then it is working. Government needs to somehow sit with this certain population, if we can adopt some of these solutions into the system, trust me, I mean, a lot of young people like me are creating solutions, and it's solving the problem. During the pandemic, I created the solution, and I supported 2,000 students, right from my house, right? I was just doing it, and then, supported a lot of them, and it was so interesting. So government just need to sit down with the rest of the people, tap into the strength of young people in Nigeria. We have young people who are innovating every day. Bring these guys on board and let us have real conversation, and then we'll take it up from there.
Makes sense. So what you're trying to say is that we can also play the
we can play. Yes,
when it comes to educating people. Co-founder Learner's Corner, Julius Ilori, thank you so much for speaking.
Thanks so much for having me.